Welfare Foundation and 6 local hospitals signed an emergency medical support contract. Super Awning provided education for manufacturers of grain raw material. The first regular session of the 143rd 평택 City Council was held. Completion ceremony for the Phase 2 development of 평택 Harbour was held. Wuhan Care Center of the Southern Region held an integrated workshop. Investment MOU between Japanese corporations and 평택 City was signed. Chairman and members of the Congress of 평택 City, Asan City and Tangjin-gun held a meeting. Hello everyone, let us begin July's Wild 평택. The 평택 Welfare Foundation and 6 local hospitals carried out a contract signing ceremony for joint emergency medical support. Held at the Pangsong Public Health Welfare Center, the contract signing ceremony was attended by the project's chairman Kim Seon-gi and related personnel from International Hospital, Good Morning Hospital, Mediwell Hospital, Pakge Hospital, Songsim Jungang Hospital, and Anjungpaek Hospital. They all gathered around at this event to increase the accessibility of medical service of citizens with low income. To construct a public welfare network, the 평택 Welfare Foundation created the Hope Sharing Emergency Medical Project for recipients of the Basic Living Guarantee System, people whose income is lower than 120% of the minimum cost of living, and citizens who are recognized to receive emergency medical treatment. 6 general hospitals are in this project to help reduce patients' payment burden. In his greeting speech, Chairman Kim Seon-gi thanked the hospitals for participating in this project of love which helps neighbors with difficulties. And he promised continuous efforts shall be made together to make 평택 a first-class city for citizens. For anyone who wishes to apply, please contact the officers in charge of the Eunmyeongdong Social Welfare. Emergency medical support will be provided. While operating an appointed grain raw material manufacturing site of its own, our city's agricultural brand Super Awning gave a special lecture to representatives of other grain raw material manufacturers in order to improve and standardize product quality. More than 300 people, including Mayor Kim Seon-gi, key personnel in the agricultural industry, and representatives of grain raw material manufacturers attended the educational event. Awards were given to excellent farmers and those who have contributed to the production of grain raw material, while a lecture in relation to the operational manual of grain raw material production site was also being given. Although branding and quality control has been achieved for the past 6 years, Super Awning expressed that securing high-quality grain raw material is the most important in becoming the best brand of rice. Through today's lecture, operational manual of production site for grain raw material, as well as agricultural management journals were being taught. Super Awning hoped that attendees would follow the teachings carefully. In his greeting speech, Mayor Kim Seon-gi stated that agriculture has always been and will still be the main industry in 평택. Apart from Super Awning's grain raw material manufacturing plant, other agricultural businesses should also receive support from the city, and efforts shall always be made in developing related policies. The 143rd 평택 City Council was opened on the 1st of July, and the first regular session was carried out. Hearing of various bills such as the fiscal year 2010 General Accounting and Contingency Allowance Expenditure Approval and the fiscal year 2010 General and Special Accounting Revenue and Expenditure Settlement Approval were being concluded. The session was closed on the 12th of July. During this session, 7 bills from the Autonomy Management Committee, including the 평택 Citizens Participation Budget System Ordinance, were approved. 4 cases from the Industry and Construction Committee, including the hearing of opinions in accordance with 평택 City's management plan decision, were approved. Other cases of various special committees, such as the activity plan of the Poseung 평택 Railway Construction Special Committee and the activity plan of the Brain City Special Committee, were also being approved. Especially on the 12th of July, the last day of the session, Congressman Ko Jong-yoon, Kim Sung-ho, Kim Ki-sung, Lee Hee-tae, Kim Chae-kyun, Oh Myung-kun, Yang Hyun-sok, raised administrative questions regarding various pending issues of the livelihoods of the public. In response to the questions, Mayor Kim Son-gi and heads of the corresponding departments said that all opinions and administrative questions from the congressman will be reflected and examined, while feasibility of all the projects will be ensured by thorough research and public briefing sessions. Public opinions regarding different cases will be shared and various policies will be made for the benefits of the citizens. Carried forward by the Ministry of Land, Transport and Maritime Affairs, Phase 2 development of the Pyeongtaek-Tangjin Harbor is finalized after 9 years and 10 months of construction work. A completion ceremony was held. On the 22nd of July at Pyeongtaek Harbor's International Wharf for Motors, the building completion ceremony was attended by more than 300 related officials, including Prime Minister Kim Hwang-sik, Minister of Land, Transport and Maritime Affairs Kwang Do-yeop, Gyeonggi-do Governor Kim Mun-soo, Chungcheong-namdo Governor An Hee-chong, and Pyeongtaek Mayor Kim Son-gi. They came to celebrate the completion of Phase 2 development of the Pyeongtaek-Tangjin Harbor that is going to be the central port for import and export logistics of the capital. Started in 2003, the Phase 2 development project consists of 31 ports, including a wharf of 20,000-ton class iron and a wharf for motors, and 143 square meters of estate. Total cost of the project was more than 2 trillion won. The completed Pyeongtaek-Tangjin Harbor is now equipped with 53 ship parking facilities and an estate. It has been 25 years since it was first opened, and last year it had handled 7,600 tons of cargo. It is the 5th harbor in the country and it beats Ulsan as #1 in car exports quantity. The Hapjeong Social Welfare Center Hapjeong Network Team, which leads the Buhan Care Center of Pyeongtaek Southern Region, held an integrated workshop. To improve welfare services by strengthening the ability of practitioners, the workshop was held for attendees to share experiences and examples. It was participated by more than 60 individuals, including Mayor Kim Son-gi, head of the Hapjeong Social Welfare Center Kim Dong-guk, other related government officials and practitioners of the Buhan Care Hapjeong Network Team. Through presentations of integrated examples carried out by Lee Na-yong and other practitioners, such as understanding characteristics of regional cases, example of Busurogi Love Sharing Committee and the Pyeongtaek Mental Health Center, importance of cooperation between practitioners and connection with the district was being emphasized. In his speech of encouragement, Mayor Kim Son-gi said that, thanks to the hard work and cooperation of practitioners, higher level of welfare service can be provided and efforts will continue to be made to make Pyeongtaek a happy and excellent city of culture. Japanese companies Sumitomo, J-Tech, and Palka Industries signed an investment MOU with Pyeongtaek City that promised to invest $267 million. The Gyeonggi-do Investment Promotion Group and Mayor Kim Son-gi visited Tokyo and Yokohama of Japan on the 20th of July. At the briefing session regarding investment environment of component materials in Gyeonggi-do, great interests were drawn after illustrating Pyeongtaek is a business-friendly city and the MOU was signed. Mobile phone touch sensor panel producer Sumitomo has promised to invest $240 million and has directly employed 80 people. Automobile water pump bearings producer J-Tech has promised to invest $17.3 million and recruit 108 people. Semiconductor machine parts producer Palka Industry has promised to invest $10 million and employ 60 people. Through the Japan briefing session, Pyeongtaek City, which carries the image of a business-friendly city after Samsung Electronics' confirmed tendency, is planning to attract investments from production companies of high-tech component materials such as semiconductors for electricity, electronics, and IT. To oppose the construction work of Asan Mantaito Power Dam, chairmen and members of the Congress of Pyeongtaek City, Asan City, and Tangjin-gun held a meeting to discuss the issue and an agreement was signed. A total of 12 congressmen, including Pyeongtaek City Council Chairman Song Jong-soo, Asan City Council Chairman Cho Gi-hang, Tangjin-gun Council Chairman Yoon Soo-il, attended the meeting held on the 23rd of July at Poseung-up. Comments in relation to activity outcomes and future plans were exchanged. Chairman Song Jong-soo stated in his greeting speech that, as Pyeongtaek, Asan and Tangjin are areas adjacent to each other, there would be huge damage in all three areas if the tidal power dam is built. While discussion between members of the councils continued, joint responses were being requested to oppose the construction of the tidal power dam through organic cooperation of civic groups. As the summer traveling season begins, thefts and robberies also happen more often. When you go out, please keep your living room lights switched on, and if you're away for a long time, it is advisable to leave your valuables, such as jewelries, in a bank nearby. Number of the police should be saved as speed dial number 1 in case of robbery and emergency. This is the end of this week's Wild Pyeongtaek. Thank you for watching.